What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven once again with some Once Upon a Galaxy. We are approaching Platinum right now, currently at Gold 5, soon to be Platinum, and our captain options for this game are Zeng, Dr. Agon, and Princess Animal. Zeng, I still feel like, does not get the respect he deserves, and I try to play him every opportunity that I get because I'd really like to unlock Blackbeard on this hero. I think that it goes really crazy once you've got Blackbeard unlocked. I will take a look to see if there's any other cool mage options, just because you do wind up playing mages a lot on this hero too. And I could see, not playing Plunder Penny, I think is probably right. But I could see like playing Sabrina just for additional chances to try to hit Ogre Magi. But what would I cut for Sabrina? You know, I think that this is fine. We're going to go ahead with this list for Zeng, and I'll also go ahead and make myself a little bit smaller. Zeng is a captain that does have a number on himself, or herself. So I'll keep myself right here, I suppose, so you can still see how many pirates I need to attack with in order to get that bonus shop from attacking with 5 pirates. No pirates on this first turn, but we pick up a Puss now and an Aladdin. I think I'll grab that, though. You know what? No, let's just go for the villain Flying Monkey while it is a free pickup there. Not going to go for Jealous Sisters. We'll pick up the bonus Puss and then Pix, because these cards already have a bunch of attack. Let's get some health on him. 1 attack with a pirate. Slow and steady wins the race. We could pick up Pirate here. That's fine. It's a slight downgrade over the monkey, but 5/5 should be able to hunt still at this stage of the game. Looks good to me. We're actually going to grab that double hunt and a tie. So we are still killing it. Do we want to swap out Pix for a Minotaur? Or actually, let's just go Jill Sunshine and make sure we are hunting. Now we can also throw in a Mecha Man and have a pretty strong board with that. We are going to wind up tossing the Stepmother here to facilitate that. But I think Mecha Man supported by a Jill Sunshine is pretty good. I could honestly even see doing this, because the Pirate might just have enough stats every time to grab the hunt itself, so it's not really going to need that much health. And Captain Ahab grabs us our uncommon treasure while we also get the bonus shop with Zeng. This seems like a great space to be in for Zeng. We do have 2 heroes, so we could use Mecha Man plus Puss in Boots to pump up our team. However, I think +4/+4 to the shop is just gravy, and without taking any damage, of course, we're not going for the Lich's Heart. We are somewhat close to having our ship in shape. I think we just take Calypso here, though. It's going to make our spells better. This Puss in Boots is a 4/2, so at this point, we would probably play this board. Yeah, looks fine to me. Katamari is a pirate. It's bigger than Captain Ahab, so I guess we'll swap that in. We could also go for a Presence of Gaia, either on the Calypso spot to give everything a bonus. You know what? I don't hate that. That puts my whole front line in ship shape as well. Is this on? Yeah, it is on. I've brought this up before, but the game sounds to me, and I'm just going to take off my headphones. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but the game sounds like it is happening on my speakers when I have the headphones in. It's just a weird, weird side effect, or I don't know what you'd call it, like a trick. It's just a trick. Yeah, nothing else to say. I thought we replaced this Captain Ahab. I guess we took something else over it instead, or I wasn't paying enough attention. We could possibly swap these out for Tink. I mean, Jill is still good on Mecha. Yeah, this is fine. I'll just finish off with the all hands on deck, pumping up the board. Yeah, that really sounds like it's not coming from my headphones, but it must be. Yeah, the game just has, that's what it's called, spatial audio. It just has some like really interesting spatial audio that makes it sound like it is coming from the computer while I have my headphones in. So ship almost in shape. We will need to take a boon to make the ship in shape, but this is still a fine turn. We might also be able to hunt with both of these back cards and pump up our slots in that way. We will be getting our second bonus shop this turn, and we are still crushing it. And now we can pick up an Ogre Magi. There's also a True Love's Kiss to grab an Epic, but why do that when we can just grab an Ogre Magi right here? We do have to decide if we're keeping this Mecha Man or we are keeping this Pyrat. I think that we keep the Pyrat because it's just considerably bigger. And let's down came the rain. You basically, and I've said this before when I've played this hero, you just want your entire early game to focus on setting you up for an Ogre Magi, so that way when you pick it up, it can just start hunting, and you can find Ogre Magi, which is one of the best cards in the game. You can find it with a little bit more regularity on Zeng, and then start doing some nice stuff with that. We get a free Abracadabra, which will provide triple Calypso bonuses, and if we can pump up this slot, we can't right here, but we will probably just continue to pump up the Ogre Magi. Let's actually just make it silver, because if we can make it gold, that is gravy, baby. Robin might be a fine swap, but what if we go for Sailor Moonshine and then golden the Ogre Magi with that? No, not quite. We can go for a Puss in Boots here, though, or a Grodo on the Ogre Magi, but I'm going to go for this Relic. Sure. It's a little interesting. Ooh, okay, nice. Ship is now in shape. The Ship Shape Inspector hunted last turn with the Parrot, so that's good. We can give all of our Pirates +9/+9. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Sure, we'll go for +9/+9. That's just a pretty big boon on this hero, on this captain. Ogre Magi gonna stay hunting, gonna stay strong. And I think this should be a pretty nice win with Zeng. I don't think that this will get me to Platinum just yet. If it does, though, that would be nice. And now we are on Legendary. We can pick up a big Sailor Moonshine. Why is this so big? Oh, just because it's a pirate. Sure. Probably want to swap in Robin now for Ship Shape. That makes sense. And we could Mixo-Macho the Robin to get some early stats on it. Robin's going to grow regardless, but getting some extra stats on it right now is not too bad. Puxatawny Phil, a little bit of tempo for my opponent, but we take them out. Eureka on the Magi, looking beautiful. Pyrat to gold, maybe we can find a chest. And then Ogre Magi, no, Warp Drive is also good for first attack. We'll take that for the Ogre Magi, which is now golden, and we'll cast 2 spells at the start of each turn. And we can make those spells even better, or we could start stealing treasures from my opponent. I mean, this has to just win us the lobby. I guess that was actually probably wrong, come to think of it, because I think we've got enough tempo to win this lobby, right? So the only way that we really lose this lobby is by, oh, we could double and double this slot now. Cool. The only way that we lose this lobby is if our opponent has, and our one opponent is what I mean by that, if this opponent has something absolutely wacky, then I might appreciate trying to steal that with Gloves of Thieving, and now that's not an option, but I don't think that that is actually going to be an issue. I think Ogre Magi is going to take it down and potentially even grab 2 hunts in this fight against an opponent with a bunch of summons. No, they're going to die too quickly, unfortunately. So only 1 hunt. We do also get the bonus shop, and we do get 2 bonus spells from this single hunt. So I mean, none of these were relevant, but we'll just Mixo-Macho on the Parrot. We'll huff and puff, get our bonus Pirate Shop, which has a True Love's Kiss, but I don't have any legendaries. We take Sir Francis. That's probably the best otherwise pickup I know that I huffed and puffed, or not huffed and puffed, mix-o-match'd this parrot, but this is still fine and fun. We'll grab a Sir Francis. Jelly Roger, we already have first attack, actually. It's not going to bother with that one. Let's throw some more slots on Sir Francis. Some more stats on Sir Francis's slot. I have to Eureka. I mean, Pirate King is obviously awesome, but I'm just going to Eureka and then finish off with +8/+8 to the front, which is actually +10/+9. Looks good to me. They did pick up a barrel of monkeys. I think that's going to be a little too late. Huff and Puff does not take out Frankenstein, though. So my opponent is going to put out a pretty nice board on this final turn. They parting gift to double up on Andy, but these monkeys are just going to be way too tiny, even with Santa Cookies and Mort. My opponent was putting together something cool here, but we were just way too tempo on Zeng. This was obviously a pretty good showing for Zeng. We did get the double hunt with Ogre Magi there on the final fight. Had this game gone any further, I think we were still looking decently. Maybe my opponent could have outscaled us though. But yeah, that's a fun one with Zeng. Let's see where that first place gets me to. Does that put me into platinum? No, not quite. So we're gonna need to play one more game then. All right, let's jump into another one then. Professor Who's Who is probably just the best captain here. Gives us a little bit of tempo. I mean, Chucky, also a lot of tempo. And considering we probably only need to get like third place, I think that this is probably a good starting spot. I will just take Rose. I think we're going to lose this first fight no matter what happens. I'd love to pick up the egg next turn, not this turn. Laser Shark could win us the fight. Pix could win us the fight. I don't know. I think that neither of these are going to be able to do it. Yeah, the Shark actually could have got it done if we had first attack, but no matter. We are going to go for this, and then actually I think we like Puck, support both of these. I think that's best board. It's a little wonky for sure, but looks like it is actually going to give us a tie, which is good enough. Did not grab the win there though, which is a bit of a bummer. So normally I think you'd go for stats here. You'd go for Twinkle Twinkle, just get some more stats on things. However, meeting in a tavern when our board is this bad is actually quite nice. So we'll pick up the Minotaur. We could pick up a second Rose. I mean, I like the Tink, obviously. Tink is great, but I think a second Rose could actually stretch this out pretty nicely. Then we get to heal back up. That's beautiful. A second Puck doesn't do as much for us, but it turns our 1-2 into a 2-5. I guess that actually is something pretty reasonable. So this is kind of what I was thinking, that Pix could be good with the Cowardly Lion in this slot. Yeah, I think I like this, a 5/12 Cowardly Lion, and then we'll Twinkle Twinkle to set up for us for next turn. But this seems solid for now. Cowardly Lion going to be able to survive some of these hits, enough to grab us a tie. I appreciate that. Captain Ahab at 10-9 is good, but Billy Bones at 9-8 might actually just be even better. Potentially looking to replace Puck. Could replace it with Morgan. I think I'm a little confused why this Billy Bones is showing as a 10-11. Oh, because I pumped it up with right. That's how that works. It's because the shop has +2 health, so it gets +3 health from an upgrade here. That seems pretty good. I could go for presence on the Lion. I want to pump up this slot, so I'm moving the Lion. It's now a 412 rather than or a 414 rather than a 512 that it was, but it is going to get a little bit more quest progress again this turn. Could give it +4 health, and then it is really completing, but I think that this should be good enough, and then we should find other ways to make use of this slot buff in the future. I like a two-headed wizard, but I also like a treasure. We'll grab a treasure here, and that could be Gemstone Garden. Blackbeard's Comb or Wicked Sword. I mean, Gemstone Garden is definitely the biggest build around. We are still early onto the rare level, so maybe we could find a mama bear. Okay, and we have a lot of animals actually. I think this is a pretty good mama bear setup. Really? Yeah, wow. Okay. So we just gave all of these slots a bonus here. Cowardly Lion now going to activate, give us another uncommon treasure. And that's going to be Pipe and Hot Pie. Whenever one of my animals is KO'd, give its slot +2/+2. And now we will just look for some additional animals. We're going to pop in the Karma Chameleon. We could take the Foul Lich just to ensure that we find more animals, but I'm just going to cycle through Cowardly Lion and hope we hit another animal here. I think Anna Bunny is a good one enough. We'll go Karma Chameleon here. This all looks good. Anna Bunny is not going to be able to hunt. It was a 50-50 there. Karma Chameleon does not hunt, but that was intentional. We did not want it to hunt and just give us an epic card on the turn where we're going to find epic cards here anyways. Over the Rainbow doesn't actually seem as important as just pumping up Anna Bunny or Karma Chameleon. I think we pump up Anna Bunny. Don't like any of these things. I really just care about animals. We could cycle through Frankenstein to find a epic treasure later, but I think that that is good enough. The Minotaur 1411. Oh, we could toss the Cowardly Lion. Yeah, that's an upgrade. I mean, I could have seen taking Toto there, looking for Scarecrow, but I think this is fine. The main question I have now is, am I trying to hunt with Karma Chameleon this turn, or do I want to get a little bit silly and try to hunt with it on turn 9? And I think I'm willing to get silly here. I think that we are doing fine enough as it is, that we should be trying to make some other fun stuff happen, but it's hunting season here. We are just going to activate that Karma Chameleon, and you know what? That's fine with me. Let's see what that hunts into. A Sorcerer's Mop. Okay, well, if we find ourselves with a... Could you see Presence of Gaiang here? If we find ourselves with a fill, well then, we are certainly getting our fill this game. Uncommon treasure, look for a treasure chest of some sort. One of your heroes. I guess I'll take this. Yeah, nothing super exciting. Right there. I think this is the least important slot to pump up. Man, this thing is never hunting. So unlucky. These two trade, and then we actually lose our full heart there. A little disheartening. Let's put some more stats on to the mop. And then Conan might be something that we actually want to break rank for a little bit. So we toss the goose, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, and then we find Goldilocks. Might have to retool that. Conan might not be as important as just getting a Goldilocks on the board is. Could also try to find the mop later and look for interesting setup stuffs now. Yeah, this is the only slot where it activates in 4. But you know what? My slots are going to get pumped up next turn, so let's just do this. Oh, and then I immediately find Phil. All right. We can find that mop again. It's not a big deal. Let's go for this. Really trying to just pump up this Goldilocks slot, this fill slot, eventual fill slot, as much as possible. The only other play would be Goldilocks here and hope to find a boon, but I think we're just going to play a little bit more traditionally with it. Hopefully we attack into Mechanical Dragon and then they attack into Phil. Not quite going to happen, unfortunately. Goldilocks trades with the Combustible Dragon. Conan hits for 49, which is decidedly less than 50, but we'll throw it into this slot here now, and it can still activate in 3. Give a slot plus 6 attack is also pretty interesting. I think we just cycle through Two-Headed Wizard, though. Giving a slot plus 6 attack means that we get to give that 2 different slots plus 6 attack, which is not bad. I'm also down to 1 heart. There's a chance that I have to just go all in for Phil right now. Yeah, especially if we're still going to try to make this Conan work. Let's do it like this. Your first shop each turn is all spells instead of characters. Let's just double Lightning Bolt. That's like the weakest Two-Headed Wizard ever. But I want to make sure that we don't die and that we're still taking enough tempo to take advantage of this Conan. 2 Blind Mice is looking quite big. Conan survives this attack, which is nice. And if this goes here, we win. Ugh. Okay, well, we still win. We still win, but we don't get any additional value out of that, which is kind of a bummer. Conan now activates this turn. Do I want plus 10 on Puxatawny Phil? Sure. We might just need it. We might just need it. Tin Man gives us a treasure. We'd have to toss Anna Bunny for a moment. That's fine. We can re-find it again or something. Co-Captain or a little bit of stats. Let's just pick up a co-captain, see what this potentially gives us. We have Indiana Clones, which would then immediately give us another co-captain. So I think that this is pretty crazy good. We could also go Merryweather. We don't have any supports right now. King Arthur, no way. So we'll take Indiana Clones. We get to grab a treasure, first off. Give your characters Hunt, give my slot plus 15. That is pretty good with Goldilocks. I think that we might move to backline Goldilocks with that then. And then I get another copy of this, another copy of Pipe and Hot Pie, and then another captain as well. Merryweather could be interesting. This little piggy, I don't think that that does anything at this stage of the game. And then if we start casting spells, we can get some free mages, which could help us eventually find the Sorcerer's Mop. It might be too little too late, though. We might need to find the mop, like, today instead. So I think I might pick up this. I'm trying to think of exactly what it is super useful for, and honestly, oh, I guess if we find the thing that pumps up based off slot buffs, that could be pretty good. It would be giving itself plus 32. Maybe more because, yeah, we're going to start to move Goldilocks back here now. Just because of the double mercy. So I think we'll take this. I think this could have some interesting implications for us. Abracadabra, we have no mage. We also have no anything else here. So I guess we are playing the G-Man here, putting the Goldilocks here, and yeah, this can't be... you know what? Let's actually just take Abracadabra. I could see taking the G-Man. It is an improvement over Tin Man. But this could be like... Down Came the Rain or something. Or Over the Rainbow. Does that work? All hands on deck. Shrink Tea. Let's just Shrink Tea. Sure, why not? All right, are they going to be big enough to even clear Phil? They could do. They could do, and they do it. Nice. Okay, that is some nice slot pumps here then. And I think we are looking pretty strong now. We're going to grab another legendary treasure. And the Goldilocks went crazy. Starstone, I'm always confused if this works with Goldilocks or not. I don't know if it does, but I think we're in a strong enough spot now. We can just take Hand of Midas and be pretty happy with that. Wizard of Oz also gives itself this buff, which feels pretty worthwhile. So we'll grab that, figure out what we're doing with it now. Probably one of these two. This is slightly better with Phil. Sure. Our ship is definitely in shape, eh? I think we could probably afford to get our ship in shape. The Kraken is also quite good with Goldilocks, and we can make use of it, interestingly, with Wizard of Oz, too. Keeping Goldilocks here, putting the Kraken right here is pretty good. But are we just strong enough right now that we can... And then we also have to remember, just casting a spell gives this +5/+4, and then both of these things +5/+4, plus whatever the spell does. So spells are certainly looking pretty strong. I think we're going to take this, though. I think that this is fine. We don't really need this. Oh, your supports affect all characters, including themselves. So this is then an even bigger come-up than Merryweather, because now it pumps up Phil, it pumps up Goldilocks. It's a little bit of, oh, and give an additional +1 attack. That's why this is +5/+4. Oh, Wizard of Oz is really good with Merryweather. Oh, okay. So I've not played with Merryweather yet, other than in my one video that included it. So I wasn't exactly sure what that did there, but that's neat. We are a little low on animals at this point, and I'm also curious, I think with this Widow's Web pickup, I was debating, like, will we be True Loves kissing this Wizard of Oz? I think now, no. But, yeah. Whenever anything... Yeah, and then there's the True Loves kiss. I mean, we can just Eureka here and get a free shop. But a legendary... a secret rare at gold. We're gonna do it. Zeus. Okay. That is pretty good. We can grab another two legendary treasures from Guinevere. That looks good to me. First one can be brass balls, or your heroes and villains give your characters +5/+5. Which is not a slot bonus. Lowest rarity character in the shop. I think we're just going to go for big brass balls here. Finish off with a Twinkle Twinkle. I like the animals. I like ninja in training. But we are just going to finish off with a spell because I want to make use of Zeus's triple cast to give the next card that I pick up +12/+12. This could be the final fight. Oh, it could be the final fight because we lose. No, Guinevere's huge. Oh, wow. Magnificent's huge. Oh, no. Zeus goes down. Goldilocks. Well, okay. Because this probably isn't the final fight, I don't think we can ever lose the game here, right? We only take half a heart. Whoo, baby. All right. Now we grab another, and this is Hunt. No, this is Farewell, your strongest character, which is currently Goldilocks and will probably remain Goldilocks. So that's not super useful. Lowest rarity character in the shop gets +50/+50. I think it's probably that, though I'm struggling to see how we really come off of this exact board, to be totally honest. You know what? Let's do this because it has synergy with the one treasure that we have. Abracadabra as a triple cast, I think, is good and probably better than picking up an uncommon treasure, so that's what we're going to do now, and then I think we start stroking. I think that we want to get that in here. Probably just +1/+1 on everything. +3 on the Goldilocks. Over the rainbow, we still have +12 on our next pickup from Zeus, right? Yeah, let's go over the rainbow. That could actually make something big enough to put in here. Oh, this ninja in training is not it, though. I mean... it kind of is, because we could just cut the Mama Bear for a nice ranged card here. We could even put it in the Goldilocks slot at some point and feel reasonable about that. I think we're keeping Guinevere just as a potential True Love's Kiss target for next turn. And I don't know if my opponent is one loss away from losing. I think they might be. Yeah, I think that both of my opponents were on 1 heart going into the last fight. Wicked Witch also just very good and potentially makes better use out of this slot, which is otherwise not really doing that much. But I think I'm going for Ninja in Training and just in this slot. This will be the last fight of the game. Knowing that, do we ever do this and just field a big Ninja in the final slot? I don't think that that's crazy. Don't remember exactly the numbers my opponent was looking at. I think we're going to go with a double backline ranged squad and see how that does for me. We also stroke their biggest card. That is absolutely magnificent. Plus they attack into my fill twice, which is beautiful. Do they attack into it a 3rd time? So we get the additional fill value there. We've certainly had our fill in this one with a second first place finish. That is going to get us to platinum, and that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll skim through these rewards here. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.